Good morning! What's up, guys? Midas Monday is here, baby. We're ready to rock. You're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart. I'll see if this bar here gives me something to take. I'm not scared to take something pre-market. So, let's see what we get. Good morning, guys. How we doing? Alright, so I'm going to be hitting my Apex and take profits here this morning. And we'll see if we can put something together. ATR here pre-market, by the way, we're sitting at 21. 21's pretty good pre-market, so we'll see if that can pop up. ATR, again, it's the average range of a 5-minute bar. If we can get that maybe into the 40s today, 50s, 60s, that would be tremendous. 40s, ideally, as kind of a minimum, would be great. I tend to perform best between 30 and 70, but I prefer it a bit higher if we can get it. So, let's see what we end up with, man. 347 out. Alright. So what's up? We all have a good weekend? Did you do your job this weekend? How many of you couldn't help yourself and traded last night? Not to say you can't trade Sundays, but you know what? I think long term, you're probably going to pull back on Sundays. To go into your office at 5 p.m. on Sunday and not come out till 11 o'clock, I don't know. Is it really worth it? Plenty of money to be made during the week. Hey, B, what's up, brother? How we doing? John, good morning. All right. Just make sure I'm sized all properly here. Get your bearings for where all the accounts are at. Good. Good. All right. Well, we're about, 21 minutes out here from the open? So, I'm open to take something here if the market gives me something for the next 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not looking to put something on, 5 minutes before the opening bell. But we'll see what we end up with here. All right. Question here, is it a good idea to open a trade before the open? Like if there's a good setup? Yeah, I think you should. If you're sitting down and it's there, yeah. Now, if it's 2 minutes before the open, the answer for me would be no, because the open is essentially 50-50. We know that. That massive influx of volume, it becomes an entirely new playing field. But, if you're Eastern time, and it's 8:45, and you're like, wow, what a beautiful contextual setup with a decent ATR. 100% take it. Trading Globex, guys, there's nothing wrong with trading any of the Globex times. There's nothing inherently bad about it. You just have to be, I think, a little more hesitant to bet on huge, big breaks. And if volatility is really low, probably time to leave. How many points do you usually set your stop at? I don't use arbitrary stops like that. I either risk the signal bar on a RAM continuation trade, or I go ahead and risk the most obvious recent curl if possible, or a logical wick high or low on a RAM limit order entry reversion scalp. If you have no idea what the fuck I just said, hang out a little bit, you'll catch on. Okay, so as far as news here today, the following times will be all Eastern. 9:45, we have US S&P Manufacturing PMI final. Okay, 10 a.m., we have US ISM Manufacturing PMI. Fed speaker, 12:30. Yeah, don't worry about Fed speakers right now, at least not too much. This isn't 2021. 2022, I should say. That's kind of about it. But nothing you can't trade at Take Profit Trader. Question here. Nico, any idea why it's so hard for me to deal with losses? I have a lot of ideas. Even if I see that my strategy is profitable in the long run. Okay, so most of the time when you say that, when anybody says that. First of all, let me back up. Everybody thinks that the way to deal with trading emotions, and, you know, who am I? I've only done it for, 10 years and been through all of this myself and been through probably more pain than any of you times 5, at least as far as the market. Not in life necessarily, okay? But in the market, been fucking kind of through it, dude. So, here I am, still here. Now, how do you get to this point where the market can no longer really hurt you emotionally? The only way to do it is not to go in the mirror and say, I'm a profitable trader, and you spin around 3 times and wiggle your fucking thumbs and say, I'm gonna make 10 grand today. Weird, dude. Who does this shit? Okay, the way that you fix it is you get an undeniable, where there's no more insecurity, track record of performance. And when you get that, what happens is you no longer get dopamine from fucking gambling in the market. You get dopamine from following the plan when almost nobody else can. You get dopamine from being the top 1 or 2% of traders that are actually profitable and paying their bills full-time from trading. That makes you feel good. You retrain yourself to get the dopamine from doing the right thing, not the fun thing like gambling. Okay, which doing the right thing turns into the fun thing. So if you're like, yeah, but I know I'm profitable, okay, do you actually truly look internally and say, are you still a bit insecure that this isn't going to work? If the answer is yes, there you go. Size down, continue to build the track record to the point where there is really no insecurity. You trust yourself to not do dumb shit, and then it fades, and then you can scale the size. Sounds a little too reasonable, right? That's what works. It's the only thing that works. "14 minutes out, baby. Best time of the day." Because it's safe to trade a few minutes after the 350 algo. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Like, on the close, okay, so the 350 algo, you guys know I like to, as much as possible, be flat heading into it, because we know it's 50-50. Now, the problem is if you're trading a 5-minute chart, really the only entry is, you could say, in the middle of the bar that opens right after the 350 algo hits. So the 5-minute bar opens, the 350 algo does its thing, and then maybe you enter like 60 seconds later. Usually it's going to be some sort of a range trade, maybe. Or you could say the 355 close, but now you're dealing with the actual New York close, which also has volatility after the fact. Are there earnings today? Because on the close, when there's, Microsoft earnings, you're going to get a lot of position taking from institutions heading into that, or position trimming, which is basically going to be 50-50, because we know earnings are 50-50 at the end of the day, right? So the expectations aren't 50-50, but the actual market result is going to be basically a toss-up. We've seen this time and time again for decades. Okay, all the research supports that, by the way, as far as market result. All right. So, should you never trade? I don't know. I mean, like, if there's no earnings and there's a really good setup on the 355 bar and you're going in for a scalp that you think is going to take 1 to 3 minutes, hit it. Hit it, dude. But if you're like, this is a swing trade, probably not. You don't have time. Now, between 4 and 5 Eastern time, if you want to trade that, if there's volatility and there's no earnings, got to be careful. If the ATR is still good, you can hit it. Done it plenty of times. But I think the bulk of your trading should probably be done before the 350 algo even hits. Are you going to wait until the news, or if a setup pops, would you be taking a trade? I will take a trade even before the news. Now, it's not like I'd want to be taking a trade on the news bar, personally. But there's no news today that you can't trade on take profit, though I'm not going to go out of my way to take a trade, again, as the news hits. But if there's a trade at, 8:45 Central here, I'm putting it on. You know, I would say probably. It depends. I mean, we have the U.S. S&P manufacturing PMI at 8:45 Central, and then U.S. ISM manufacturing at 9 Central. So we'll see which one contributes harder here today. But it's not like we're getting FOMC, you know? All right, 9 minutes. By the way, if you guys haven't yet, man, as you guys roll in here, while we're waiting for the market to open, hit the like button. I appreciate you doing so. Question here, they say, I've requested Apex payouts since 1 week. I don't know what that means. A week ago? But they do not approve or deny it. Any idea why? Is it your first payout with Apex? When I request payouts from Apex, I assume it's because they have dealt with me plenty of times as far as taking payouts, so there's not much of a review process. Because they know that I'm kind of a goody two-shoes as far as the rules, for the most part. So when I request a payout, 90% of the time, no bullshit, I request it at the... Okay, so some of you guys might not know this. With Apex, it resets. Like, Take Profit Trader takes until later in the night to actually reset and, like, give you your updated P&L for that day. Apex does it kind of right in between that 1 hour. Like, halfway through that 1 hour where the market's closed, whatever your time zone is, Apex usually updates between, like, 4:30 Central and like 4:45 Central. So I just always go in there, and if I know I'm ready to request, I'll refresh it. Oh, look, there it is. I'll request it early, and no bullshit. The next morning, by the time I'm like finishing doing my morning stuff, I'll pick up my phone. Yep, approved. Next day. But if it's like your first group of payouts, they probably have to get a feel for you, or they're looking to see, hey, like this. He did some kind of weird shit. Let's take a look. But I don't know. I mean, it makes logical sense, right? As you follow the rules more consistently at Apex in your funded accounts, your performance accounts, and you're taking more payouts, they will probably just get faster because you're not really who they're concerned about. So maybe they'll do a quick check. I don't know what the review process is like, but they do a quick check. They're like, oh, yep, just another one from this guy. Approve, move on. But if you're newer, they might be a little worried about you at first, especially if you did some things they're not so sure about. Total speculation, by the way. I have no idea if that's actually what's happening. But it makes sense. Makes sense to me. Media, what's up, brother? Good morning. All right, so it looks like I'm probably not getting anything here pre-market. At least in the first 25 minutes here. So we're in a sideways little single bar trading range. Market just hanging out, waiting to open up. Let's see. Let's see. 5 minutes. See if we can get enough volatility off the open to start some fist fights on the trading floor. Oh, we love it. How many of you guys, by the way, are taking daily payouts from Take Profit Trader, or at least have? Raptor, Tom. Raptor says he's taken them most days. Tom says he has. Isn't it tremendous? It's so nice. It's so nice. You request it, you wait a little bit, they approve it, they move it to your wallet, and you pull it. And once it's all approved up, man, you press a button and it's in your bank account before you can even open the app. It's really, really nice. Honestly, I think Take Profit Trader, if you're somebody who's like, I think I have edge in the market, now how do I go from 0 to full-time ASAP, assuming you don't live in a $125,000 a month penthouse or some shit. If your expenses are half reasonable, I think your best bet is try to get your hands on 3 to 5 Take Profit Pro accounts and then take daily payouts at least as often as you're making money. It's in the account, dude. You can go buy groceries with it 5 minutes after it's in your account. 5 seconds. It's ready. That's kind of a game changer. It's kind of nuts, actually. If that's you, man, then go hit it. All right. 60 seconds. Take a second, compose yourself. I know a whole bunch of you were down at the casino, man. All weekend. Let's get that degenerate nature. Let's get it engaged. Just kidding. Let's get that disengaged. And get ready here to actually go to work, man. 35 seconds out. All right. Here we go. Let's get that ATR up. Right off the rip. Force that baby up above 40. Testing 25.6 here off the open. Up through 25.6. Bulls trying to keep it higher. There you go, Bulls. Range on this bar, opening bar already above 80. 90. See if they can push this range on this opening bar over 100 points. ATR approaching 30 already. Bears trying to reclaim the 25.5s. Anyone just joining us, we're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart. That's NASDAQ futures. Bulls trying to take this bar up through 100 points. There you go. Over a 100-point bar on the opening rip. Beautiful. Up into the mid 25.6s. Not too bad there, Bulls. Currently sitting right around that overnight session high. ATR now up at 32. All right, we're minute 15 out here from the open of bar number 2. And let's see if the Bulls can put something reasonable together. It's got to be clean for me to take a trade after 2 bars. Got to be real clean. ATR settings. I have the ATR, which is the red line, laid over the same section in NinjaTrader as the range bars, which are the orange vertical bars, right? So it's kind of 2 different things just put in one. And then it's my ATR period is a period of 10. So on a 5-minute chart, it's the last 10 5-minute bars. What makes you decide for going? What makes you decide to go for a full R or a full ATR? Yeah, I've gone really, really deep on this on the tomb. I'll probably go pretty deep on this in YouTube videos as well. But just to keep it brief, there's a lot of nuance and context and discretion involved. But a full ATR is kind of my default on a regular high quality RAM continuation trade. However, if the quality of the trade is reasonable still and it's not an oversized bar and volatility is expanding, etc., and let's say ATR is like 45, but the R, the risk that I'm having to put on because the signal bar is X, right, is like 67 points. If everything else lines up, that's a scenario where I'll go for 67, which is 1R rather than 1 ATR. Now, if there's another look like, oh, hey, by the way, we're in a soft bull channel, then I might just go for a full ATR rather than the full R. But if things are really opening up, you guys will see me go for that full R, which I think confuses people. But I don't know. I think most people, at least a lot of you guys too, but I think most people in the tomb have that pretty nailed by now. Which, by the way, I have no intention of, I don't care, man. I don't hold anything back. It's just in there, I have so much more freedom to be boring and talk about the boring shit. Which I'll do here on YouTube as well, but you gotta understand, when it's too boring, you guys don't care. In the tomb, I'll be as boring as I can, man, and just talk about what it really is, and no one gives a shit, because they're there to figure it out. So, I mean, straight up, man. But I like the boring stuff. The boring stuff makes us money. All right, 312 out here from the close of Big Bar 2. Roy, good morning, brother. How we doing? All right. I'm live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Until whenever. Okay, so 23 seconds out to the close of bar 2. There's a lot of wicking back going on here. So, you know, bar 1 and 2 have to just be... They gotta be beautiful for me to take a trade on bar 2. Bar 3 is more commonly gonna be my earliest time to take a trade. I think I took a trade on bar 3 on... what was it, Thursday? Made like 12,000 on that trade. That was a good trade. So I'll give it bar 3 and see if the bulls are, you know, if they mean it here. If they hold it up and give me a nice, clean, moderate bull body here out of bar 3, then I'm putting it on. But not yet. Stealth, good morning. How we doing? So, by the way, over the weekend, you all should have gotten, well, at least I did. Most of you should have gotten, if you haven't yet, I wouldn't freak out about it, but you should have gotten your tax forms from a bunch of prop firms over the weekend here. So, if you haven't checked your email, man, take a look. You should have it. That's from 2025, of course. All right, 2 minutes out. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get my copy trader engaged here. By the way, guys, 90% off single day pass at Apex. That ends in 2 days. Code BIG, B-I-G, it's 90% off. 50K evals are $19.70, which is stupid. There are no excuses anymore. The numbers right now look very, very good. All right, 60 seconds. Come on, Bulls. Hold us up above the wick high at 2. Don't be a bunch of babies on me. Give me a close. "30 seconds. Pop on over here to the execution screen. See if I can catch the first trade of the day. There you go, Bulls. That stop limit buy. Out and ready. Come on, Bulls. Come on, Bulls. Come on, Bulls. Can't do it. See this? 3's closing inside the wick high of 2. You think that's a coincidence? That's a little insecurity out of the bulls. If I'm betting on the bulls, man, I want them feeling themselves. I don't want them not feeling so handsome, you know? So let's watch bar 4, see what we get. You can see that insecurity shining through. Bulls struggling to take out the wick high of 3 here on bar number 4 of the day. Now again, if you're new here and you're wondering, those bars that are numbered, it's just numbering the bars, counting the bars from the New York Open. Why? To make it easier to talk about regardless of time zone. And when I look back at the end of the day, I'll say, oh yeah, bar 37, you know, I probably could have done this on that. I didn't take it. Or, oh man, bar 44. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Ideally, that won't happen too much, but it makes my life easier. Beautiful. All right, bar 4. 255 out. Let's see if we can get a nice clean close. Above the wick high of 3. Very little wick up top, not outsized. All right. 35 seconds. Pop on over to the execution screen. I love it, Bulls. Let's hold that up. ATR here sitting at 42, 15 seconds out. Stop move by out and ready. And I might place him a second early. Right on time. Pop it through, Bulls. Give me a fill! Beauty. Suck him back. Bring him way up. Up, up, up. Alright. And put my stop right where I want him. Yeah, right about there is perfect. Alright, ATR is 40. Alright, so we got an early upside move here, really extending upside. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to book a full ATR there. Or let the copy trader flatten here. And we are flat for about 7,400 bucks. And let's keep it pushing. Let's see what we get here for a close out of 5. Beautiful trade here to start the day. Do you use volume and previous levels on another screen? Nope, I trade price action. I trade RAM, price action. I don't need volume. We're sailing in the Pacific Ocean. NASDAQ futures are massive. We're 21 minutes into the New York Open. Volume is not going to be an issue here for me. Now, if you're like, well, I want to look at order volume in certain regions, it's like, fine, you can do that. But a lot of it's spoofing anyway. At the end of the day, do what works for you. I trade what's in front of me. I trade the price action. I don't like overcomplicating it. Overcomplicating it has never gotten me anywhere. Keeping things simple and disciplined has made me plenty of money. So that's what I do. Now, there's still nuance involved, right? There's still discretion involved. You get better, but the way you do that is just put in more screen time. Yeah, so you see this? I pulled that at 1 ATR. We kind of got basically there, and now we're hesitating. I'm not trying to say I predicted the future. I'm not going to be that fucking dude. So many dudes would say that to you. It's bizarre. It's weird. Complex almost. But what I will say is when I see this early in the day, what is almost every day? Have you ever seen a day that does this the entire day? I don't know, maybe like twice. It's probably not going to be today. So I'll pull a full ATR. I'll save those 1R trades for later on here in the morning. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it right now. Can you explain your close on the last trade? 1 ATR target. All right, minute 10 out. Wait a second, we made 7,400 bucks, and I never updated the trade count. Beauty. All right, 25 seconds. I'll see how bar 5 closes here. I don't like that wick. It's ugly as all hell. Let's see if the bulls can close that up. Swallow that wick up. Close it much, much cleaner. Nope, a lot of hesitation here. There's the rollover, a lot of wick. There's the open of bar 6, on to bar 6. J Camp, 9,300 bucks. Thank you, Nico. Well, happy if I helped. That's awesome, brother. Good work. All right, we're 245 out. All right, you see this now? You know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like... I've always said that discretion and nuance is a huge piece of the puzzle. I mean, I think RAM is as simple and rule-driven as it comes. Doesn't mean there's not that involved. I mean, there's an aspect to this where it's like, well, Nico, why don't you trust it? We're 5 bars in. The Bears have made no progress. We saw a similar thing last, what, Thursday, Friday? So I pull 1 ATR. I don't know. It's a discretionary decision. There's obviously rules around it. But you're like, okay, well, how do I get that? You put in more screen time. Sometimes you're going to be fucking wrong, by the way. Big deal. You know, a lot of people come into trading. They're like, well, I want to make, you know, $500,000 a month. It's like, great. That's a great goal. And they lose $18 and they're fucking bitching about it. Come on, guys. You gotta get desensitized as soon as possible to as big in numbers as possible. I'm always trying to desensitize myself. I will never stop trying. Now, luckily, I think I learned that in my early-ish 20s. That desensitizing yourself is a big deal. You want to make big money, you got to stop thinking and being so attached to smaller money, right? That makes logical sense. All right, bar 7, not pretty much going nowhere. Going a whole bunch of places just to go nowhere. So a bunch of wick here on bar 7 so far. 4:15 out here from the close. We'll see if the bears start pulling it back. At least a little bit harder. All right, one trade in, 7,400 bucks in the green, baby. See if we can take this into the 5 figures. I will be right back. 2 minutes. Don't you dare go anywhere. What's up? Welcome back. All right, here. Let's keep an eye out. Yeah. Imagine me not coming back when there is clearly a potential setup here on bar 8. Don't you worry about that. All right, bar 8. Let's see what we get. Beauty. Minute 15 out. I'm going to go ahead and get my copy trader engaged. If you have not hit the like or the dislike button yet, you are freeloading. So I appreciate you doing that. And let's see. 60 seconds. Beautiful. All right, pop on over here. Keep that bar just about that size, Bulls. I don't mind that one bit. 30 seconds. Ooh, I'm going to place him for the rollover. Beauty. And let's see if I can get a fill. Come on, Bulls, pop it through. 10 more seconds here. No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. All right, bar 9, what you got? Bulls finally taking it through here. Let's see how they can close it up on bar 9. All right, halfway through bar 9 here, 2.5 minutes out. And we'll see how they close it up. I like that so far there, Bulls. I like the size of that bar. I like everything about that bar. Let's see. We have 90 seconds to not mess this up. This is a crazy push off the open, huh? This is wild. Are we going straight to 26? Alright, we're 60 seconds out. Pop on over. Get my copy trader engaged. We'll place him. Beautiful placement right on the rollover. Come on, Bulls. Pop it through. Give me a fill. Give me a fill. Oh, you babies. You bunch of babies. Are you kidding me? 30 seconds. Oops. No fill, no trade. All right, they don't want it, man. If they don't want it, I don't want them. All right, so if you're just joining us here, we have had one trade so far for 7,400 bucks in the green, and two teasers. Two teasers, two no fill, no trades, which on a move like this is a little bit odd, but that's all right. Like I said, if they don't want it, I don't want them. Bulls still haven't taken out that wick high of 9. All right, 238 out here from the close of bar 10. We'll see how 10 closes up. Minute 30 out. Okay, 60 seconds, so pop on over. Gotta get my copy trader engaged again. Let's see if the bulls can grow this bar a little bit. You know, even if it stays kind of small, I don't hate it. All that does is keep the risk small. I'll put on small trades, I'll put on big trades, I don't mind. 35 seconds out. Range on this bar so far, about 35 points. ATR 46. Beautiful. Coming right in 25.9, that's okay. Place him, and they will. They'll take it. Move him up, 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 up. Place this right where I want him. There. All right, bulls. See if they can get it done for me. ATR 44. All right, Bears hanging out here, right around 25.9. Let's see if the bulls can pop in. Push this up through. 40 seconds left here on Big Bar 11. All right, here's the rollover into the open of bar 12. 5 seconds. There it is. Second bear body. Small bear body out of 11, but second bear body on the whole day. Let's see what 12's got. Nope, I need a full ATR. In this situation, a half ATR is doing nothing for you except solve your emotional problems. I don't care about that. I need a full ATR. Bull's having some trouble, man. All right, let's see if these bears can take out my wick low of bar 10. And if they can, I'll cut it, move on. There's the rollover. Into bar 13. All right, cut it, move on. I'm going to copy trader flatten here. 4 seconds. There we go. All right, flat. Let's watch bar 13 here. Oops. Gotta update. 2 trades in. All right, let's see 13. Oops. I think we're probably looking at a soft bull channel. But it's not very soft, is it? So I gotta let 13 close up, see what we get. 355 out. Yeah, so soft bull, the problem is it's not very soft, and when it's not soft, when you get aggressive bull or bear channels, kind of like this, it gets a little tougher to manage risk. Because that clear, most recent curl is obviously the wick low of 6, right? Well, the wick low of 6 is 140 points away. So it gets a little tougher the more aggressive these channels are. But then it's like, okay, well, if I still want to put something on, then you can use the wick low of 8, the wick low of 9. Obviously, the risk management gets a little bit less favorable, but the probability is more favorable. It's all just a sliding scale. That's it. John, thank you, Nico and team. Just got my first payout approved. I know the tomb got me there. Good work, John. We love to see it, baby. All right, we are 20 seconds out here from the close of bar 13. And I will put a little spec order out. Again, spec order. See if I can get a fill on it. If not, I'll pull it. Yeah, no fill, I'm gonna pull it. What is a spec order? Or a spec trade, you may ask? It's a trade that I understand personally isn't, you know, the greatest edge in the world, but I know there is a little bit for me. So I'll throw it on for the sake of your dopamine receptors. And because if I know there's a little edge on it, I can still, you know, quote unquote afford to take it. But I'm not gonna pretend like it's an A RAM setup, right? All right, bar 14. Yeah, we might just head right into a sideways trading range here. That would really suck. That would really suck. 250 out here from the close of 14. We'll see how this closes up. Two minutes. All right, range on this bar here is kind of small, 32 points. And we have the wick high of 11. This would be about a 50 point, 45, 50 point wide trading range with an ATR of 43. That means I gotta watch how 14 closes. If it closes basically where it's at, I would get long. I don't want that thing, well, I don't want it growing too much until it starts growing more, and then I like it again, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't make sense. But, if you know, you know. 40 seconds, let's see. All right, this is pretty specific for me. It closes right in the slot up top there. I hate it. Don't want it. Don't want it. Too much single bar trading range risk, so I'll leave that alone and move on here to 15. Market is pretty wild. The ATR is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. 41 is pretty reasonable, actually. Do you recommend lowering the lot size or waiting it out? I recommend trading as small as you can within reason. So I always encourage people, let's use a 50K funded account. See this, by the way? Single bar trading range. There we go. I always use a 50K funded as kind of my baseline since I know it's the most popular with everybody. 2 to 5 micros, depending on volatility, is the sweet spot. For me. Probably for you too. If I could trade, 4 minis per 50K funded account and have it make mathematical sense as far as reasonable drawdown and not blowing accounts every 5 minutes, then I would. Don't you think I would? But 2 to 5 micros is the sweet spot. Obviously, you trade more like 4 or 5 if volatility is maybe a little bit lower. Or if it's a huge trend day, even if volatility is a little higher, because the edge is higher. And then 2 or 3, volatility is high, but it's kind of normal price action, like meaning not necessarily a big trend. All right, 15 pulling right back into the range here. A little bit concerning of a look. Single bar trading range type behavior. We don't like that. It took you out for them to go straight to the take profit. You mean them, the bulls? First of all, it's not true at all. It did not go straight to the take profit. Not even close. And second of all, that's pretty bad mentality. You got to get rid of that mentality. That's called FOMO. I don't care what the market does after I take profit or get stopped out. I really don't care. Just get your piece. Get your piece and move on. All right, there's the rollover. There's the close of 15, open of bar 16. And biggest concern right now is seeing this become a thing. I do not want that. All right, 90 seconds. Come on now, let's not do all that just to get stuck in a 50-point trading range. Which I know 50 points seems wide, but, you know, today that's actually relatively tight. All right. About 15 seconds here. And we'll get the rollover. Close of 16 into the open of 17. That's the first bar attempting to close outside of the trading range, the wick low of 13, and it will do so. And I'll wait on bar 17 here, see how we close up. All right, back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. What's up? Welcome back. All right, let's see what's up over here on the Dow YM. Well, a little early maybe, but I gotta take a look at it. Gold? Got people yelling and shouting about gold. Holy shit. ATR on gold is 32. That's very, very high. Silver, ATR 1.18. Very high on silver. ATR here on NQ sitting back down in the 30s. 39. Down a little bit here. Volatility, that is, on NQ. Yeah, all you Bitcoin guys, what is now the time? What's up? No Bitcoin lovers in the chat? Give me financial advice, homeboy. Should I load the boat or what? Come on, 18. 3 minutes out. I don't think anyone wants to say anything. Yeah, that's a thing with all you crypto guys, right? When it's winter, for some reason everybody thinks that the what does everyone call it? Alt winter? I thought that was just a term. That's not literally a season related thing, correct? Altcoin season, yeah. Stock picking, yeah. I like things with that I know I have edge in. So what I like to do is I like to trade futures. I like small cap momentum stocks. I like net short, net sell. I always hesitate which one to say because I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but no matter how I say it, it sounds a different way. Net sell option strategies. So I'm taking advantage of decay, not necessarily taking a directional position, right? There's a directional aspect to it. That's a different stream. That was the first thing that ever let me go full-time trading. So net sell options, which takes realistically 5 to 10 minutes a day to manage, and then buy and hold long-term indexes. Actual stock picking, I gotta be honest, it's kind of one of my least favorite things because what I really hate is waking up in the morning and having some other man screw me over because he decided to make an announcement today that crashes the stock 45%. I'm not a fan of that. You can obviously, if you're a good stock picker, make a lot of money, but I gotta tell you something. I just do not give a fucking fucking shit about fundamentals. It's so boring. I'm a trader, big dog. Let's gamble. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at earnings reports. I just don't care. I don't care. I've done it way too much in my life. I'm bored. Let's trade. All right, Big Bar 19. Let's see what we got. All right, let's take a look at the Dow here. You know, let me give you guys a piece of advice from someone who's done a lot of basically most things here in the market. If you're doing something and you're like, holy fuck, this is so boring, do something else. You don't have to do one thing. If you hate trading futures, and I don't mean like love-hate, because like we all kind of love-hate it, right? We love it when it's going well. When it's not going well, it's kind of frustrating, especially when the market's not moving. That's my big thing. But if you're like, oh my God, another earnings report. I don't care if Tesla sold X amount or X amount. Who gives a shit? What does it do for me? It won't even be recognized for 3 years. Then stop doing it, dude. It's not worth it. There's so much money to be made somewhere else. But if you love it, you know, if you love seeing Palantir's revenue, tremendous, do it. I did it so much, and I just came to the point where I'm like, oh God, I just don't care. I just don't care. I want to trade myself. I want to find my own edge. I want to be in charge of my own destiny, so to speak. I don't want to live and die by what Elon Musk says. You know what I mean? There's too many ways to make money in the market to do something you just fucking hate. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've always loved Palantir. I killed it on Palantir for like a while when it was cheap. Today it's not. I wouldn't say it's so cheap. I mean, $150, but Palantir as a company, I love it. I love it. But do I want to sit and look through their earnings reports while my fucking hands shake because I'm trading? No, I just don't care. I do not care. If I really cared, I would have been an accountant for some big company. I don't care. Let somebody else do that. It's too boring. All right, here. So I'm here on YM. Take a peek here on the rollover. Punch that. Oh, shoot. Hold up. Hold up. Copy trader was disengaged. Get me out of that thing. Get me out of that thing. Punch it. we go. Copier engaged. Go ahead and set that guy there. All right. See if we can maintain that little softball channel here. A little, kind of a small little trade here on YM. See what we got. Beauty. Little half ATR scalp on YM. Moving on. Small trade. Small trade. All right, let's head on back to NQ. Oh my god, guys, calm down. I know it says NQ. I gotta change it. But we are back on NQ now. Stealth. Gold just burned me. I was way oversized. Didn't even realize. Both accounts almost gone. Oh. Guys, the ATR here on gold is 35. Okay. Gold is $100 a point for one GC contract. That's almost $3,600 if you look at a one contract single ATR risk. On NQ, you're looking at $800. Okay, which tells us that, well, if you take 36, I mean, that's ridiculous. We're looking at 4.5x as far as risky. Gold right now is 4.5 times riskier as far as dollar amount per contract per ATR than NQ. If you're gonna go trade the metals here today, man, be my guest, feel free, but you need to size down. You have to. Man, I'll trade the metals. I'm not against it. But, again, they're volatile right now, dude. The metals are in play. As a mother. Size it down. Yeah. Levi says 10 ATR for gold is high. Man, I say 9. A 9 ATR is high on gold. It's 35! You gotta take it easy on the metals right now. They are volatile. Silver, man, if you're trading silver, you're a psychopath, but we love it. But you gotta size down. Alright, there's bar 20. Here on the NASDAQ. Let's see what 21 brings. By the way, Apex guys, 90% off single day pass code BIG. B-I-G, hit it. It's just about the best it gets, man. The numbers look tremendous right now at Apex. I love it. All right, 420 out here from the close, bar 21 here on NQ. Again, we're looking at a 5-minute NASDAQ futures chart that is NQ. ATR here is 38. Three and a half minutes out here from the close of bar 21. See what we get. Question here, does Apex charge a monthly fee until I pass eval? Yeah, but you know, look, if you're treating it as your way to find edge, take all the time in the world. Okay, that's a very inexpensive monthly fee to find edge. However, I will say that, like, you know, if I have to pass evals, guys, I'm never paying the monthly fee, basically. You know, unless I just forget about it or something. But I'm trying to pass those things reasonably quick. Opportunity cost is real. Once your ROI is positive in your prop trading business, which is what it is, it's a business, like it or not, whether you're making money or not yet, you know, you shouldn't be holding those things long enough to pay the monthly fee. All you're doing is increasing your expenses while also increasing your opportunity cost for the fundeds. I mean, you guys know how I feel about this. All right, we got 60 seconds here till the close. Big bar 21. Man, if you guys haven't yet, hey, please hit like on the stream. I appreciate you doing so. Really does help out. All right. All right, let's see how 21 closes up. If we can get a last second pop, I'll throw it on. But I don't think we're getting it, are we? Man, what a tiny little bar, huh? Should I give it 15 seconds, see if it can give me a fill? No fill, no trade. AB, loving the early streams. Me too. Me too. Yep, every day live, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. out on the West Coast. If you're in Germany, man, I don't know. It's either, what, maybe 3 p.m. for you? Probably like 3 p.m. All right, 340 out. Let's see what we get out of bar 22. Nice clean close. I'll throw it on. Nah, Medic, the morning stream here is free. All right, minute 40 till the close here at bar 22. All right, beautiful. Let's see. 40 seconds, copy trader engaged. Here for the close, the big bar 22. All right, 22 seconds. We'll place him there for the rollover into the open of bar 23. See if I can get a fill. No fill yet. No fill, no trade. No fill, no trade. Gotta pass. Derek just rammed his way through 2 more lucid evals. Tremendous. All right, 3 minutes out here. All right. Pop on over here. We're minute 12 out till the close of bar 23. All right, chill out. Chill out a little bit, bulls. 55 seconds. All right, I'm going to get the copier engaged. 25 seconds out. See how it closes. See how it closes up. I don't like all that wick there, bulls. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. All right, guys, I'm going to go hit lunch. We'll see, man. I want to see if this turns into a big trading range. It's kind of what it's looking like to me right now, which is fine. You know, it's wide enough. It's what, 90 points wide? Probably catch some stuff in between, but right now I think my best use of time is going, smashing a meal here and then coming on back and seeing what, I guess, I don't know, late morning, midday, afternoon brings. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate you joining me here today. Hit like on the way out. I'll see you 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. See you guys soon.